just making some pens here now. What? All right, guys. Well, I can't go too far away from the window because I'm uploading a video for you fuckers. Nice. Anyway, we're going to start out with some tubing here. I'm just going to use 1x1, 125 wall square tubing, and this is what we're going to start with. So we got to get some pieces cut up. We're just stood them on the saw horses there to melt off. Of course, there's ice and shit on them, as you can see, like this. And yeah, we'll just let them dry. So I got to figure out what my measurements are, because I usually take off about 3 inches off of the total length of my gate to allow for the hinge. So that being said, I'll get that figured out and I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, so as you can see, we got all of the tubing cut. Well, I already made a gate, but anyway, so what we start with is a chunk of 2 7/8 or 3/8 is the main part of the gate. And then 1 inch tubing that we've cut out of the length. So we got a whole bunch cut here. This should be enough to make 4 gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. What is going on? Oh yeah, 4, 5. So yeah, we're good. We're good. So we're gonna make 4 gates. Then what I do is I cut 2 7/8, 2 bushings. And then 2 7/8 for the hinges. Okay, so my furnace kicked in. Well, no, that's just backup heat when I got the door open, but thermostat must have kicked on. But anyways, so what I do when I tack them is I tack the outsides. So I go there, well, kind of welded, I guess. There, there, and there. So they're all just down hands right now. That way I can move this back and forth and get it squared up. So I'll take my other tape measure and I'll get a square on here and make sure that it's good. And then we can start adding in the other ones like that one there. So I'll bring you back in a little bit here. Good enough. Okay guys, so once you get her squared up, then you can weld everything solid, the outside too. Up there, there, and back here. Then get your middle one in. These are 5-bar gates. So then you get your middle one in, get him tacked. And then like these guys here can get tacked in place after. Then all I do is I measure from here to the inside of that, the outside of the gate or whatever, but on the inside of the post. And mark your centers and then cut your pieces and add them in after. So I'll go ahead and get these all tacked together here now. And bring you back in a bit then, or what? Okay, so we got all these welded up now. Pretty good. Yep, pretty good. Yep. So now these, something's going on here. Something fucked up. I think I screwed up here, boys. I know what I did. Okay, well, she ain't all fucking sunshine and rainbows, so I'll bring you back in a minute. I'll show you what I done. I pretty much guaranteed I did the same thing here too. Oh yeah, real good. Damn it! Okay, see you in a few here. Okay, so what I did was, instead of measuring from the inside of here, I measured from the outside, which put me out an inch on my measurement here. So now I gotta bring this back up. I gotta grind that shit off a little bit and bring it back to there. This one I got cut and moved it to the new mark where it's supposed to be. Now these will be tight in there. A little bit of room, not real much. So that's good. So that's what we got to do. I did the same on that end too. I figured I might as well show you because it's not all good out here. So that's how much I was out. So now I'll weld that back up. I'll clean that shit up later. And same thing there. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit again. All right. Just looking at the cows for a minute. Okay, so now that we got this all, the old screw up fixed up here. Now I measured half, it's 141, divide that by 2, 70 and a half. Four spots, 4 pieces of pipe. So, that's pretty good, I'd say. Come on, you bastards. Yeah, it's nice to have scrap, but not that much. Anyway, I'm going to straighten this little bugger out here. And now, we'll take these spacers out, because I need them. There we go. Go. Let's go. There we go. Now I can go ahead and tack these guys in here now, just like that. See if they'll stay there for now. Anyway, that's what they get tacked in. Like, I just go center of the pipe. That's good enough, and it should look like that in a little bit here. So anyway, I'll get those fixed up right here. So, see you in a few. Okay, so here we go. We got, actually I'm going to leave that for now. We got all these center pieces in. This welding this new steel, man, that smell is just something. Reminds me of building air drills back in the day. Straight as a crow flies, straight that way. Anyway, good enough here. Okay, so I gotta cut. Well, I'm out of 3" by 1/4. So I took this off Mom's hitch for her camper. I built a thing for carrying their kayaks, and I stole the receiver part out of it. And this is what I had left. So I said, oh, Princess's Autos. It's good. 4" RV camper receiver. So she's got to be tough. Anyway, so I cut 3 pieces for my chain links out of this shit. I cut these off. Then zing, zang this off. And then I went 2.5 inches and cut a piece out of there. So that's what I'm going to use for my chains. For the old chain links. And so just out of here, I'll clamp that in there and then cut a chain thing in there. And we should be laughing. Okay, so here we go. Got her tacked. Got this tacked. Nice little gap in there to fill with veld. It was kind of fuming back on me, that dirty old bugger. She's kind of pre-painted, you know, rust prevention. And yeah, she's good to go here. So I'm going to weld this up. I'm going to have to wait. And I'll just show you now. But I'm going to have to wait until I get more threaded rod. Actually, you know what? I can show you how to do this one. But I'll only get one on here. So then and I'll show you how to set your gaps on the bushings and whatever. This one's kind of tight, so, but the hinge is free. So is that one. You can, so here's what I use. I use 2 7/8, or 3/8, sorry, 2 3/8, and that is the smaller pipe. The bigger pipe I use, so the furnace is going to cut in, these 2 7. But you can see the rust in there, so this was part of that salt pipe shit. So I got to, usually what I do is I just take the hammer and hold it and knock all the rust out, and then it fits over the 2 3/8 pretty good. I mean, it's turns, but it's fairly tight. So what I'll do is I'll just soak that down with WD-40 in there after. WD-40, and then yeah, we're laughing. So, but yeah, I'll show you how to mount the mounting rods on here after I get the chain stuff done. So I'll weld that onto, I might as well do this one here, mount this guy on here, and then we can set the gap of the bushings kind of in the middle there. So this one here just floats up and down. I don't, this one doesn't get a bushing because it's easier to mount onto your post when you can move one. So that being said, I'll get that welded up on the end there and good to go. Talk to you in a few. Okay, hot off the press. Got her welded in. Chain link is on. Excuse me. So it's supper time. I'm gonna flip this some bitch over this way, and then I can weld all the back pieces up here after supper. So I'll bring you back when I get to that. There's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 welds. It's just little strip welds, butt welds, whatever you want to call them. That's all that's left, and then we can get to this here after we get those done. So what I might do maybe is before I flip it, I'll get these tacked in place. So I weld one side of it, and I don't really usually care about the bottom if it's welded all the way, but usually try to get most of it as I can. But the top I try to weld up so it helps seal that water from going into here. I guess a guy could drill those out and put grease zerks in, but good enough. Anyway, see you after supper. Okay, so I got these little guys cut. Now we're gonna space this bushing out here. So what I do is I just try to center it as best I can. I give it a fair bit of gap on both sides so that this can spin freely, like so. And then what I do, you guys can build your own gates. You save yourself a shit ton of money if you got the right steel. Anyway, without a helmet, give her a little bit of a tack, like that. There we go. Like I say, you got to try to keep these bushings true so they're not crooked. I mean, that's okay like that because it's still spinning pretty good. There we go. And then tack this guy here, like that. So now we can weld those up if you like. We're hitting the fucking table here. Let's try and lift this up here. Hang on a second, guys. Get that ground spot right back to the top, like that. And then we're gonna plunk this guy right in the middle, just like that. And we'll get him squared up to the pipe there. So that goes there. So we're 5 7/8. So just a little hair that way. And there's center. So now if you look at it, you can see it's leaning that way a little bit, right? So that means we got to tack here first. Okay, she's finally tacked. Just kidding, it didn't take that long. Anyways, now what we got to do is you take your square like this, and you see that it's crooked. So then we're just going to push the threaded rod up until we're square. Okay, now I'll get a tack on there and I'll bring you back again. Okay, now we're square. I shouldn't really use a plastic one because you kind of melt it a little bit when you do the tacking, but that's okay. Now take these 90-degree angle irons that we cut, and those get put on either side of the threaded rod, just like that. And then this one over there, something like that. There, good enough. Now we'll get those tacked on and get those welded up. And all right, well, we just got her flipped over. So there is the hinge. See how nice that swings? Perfect. And that one should be the same after we get some more rod. So I got to finish welding this bushing and this bushing, and then I got all these welds to do there, which shouldn't take too long. Like I said, they're only butt welds, and same thing down there. And then I got to weld the chain lock on that side, and then that's it. There's another gate done. So I'll get this done and bring you back and show you the finished product. See you in a bit. Billy. Going for a snack. Okay, guys. So there she be. Another gate done. So here we have the hinge. Good enough. Got the bushings welded, everything's welded all on this side, all in the middle. Those are all done. Oops, watch out, hand. Those are all done. We filled in here. Those are all finished, so that's nice. Yeah, she's good to go. So I'm gonna take her down and start another one. So we just gotta wait, like I said, until we get the threaded rod for this guy. And then whatever, I got enough hinge material there yet to make one more gate. So I'll get that built tonight and then keep going. I got one more to do after that, and then I'm going to switch back to feed fronts. So kind of nice to just do a little bit of different stuff here and there every now and then, just to keep it interesting, I guess you could say. So that being said, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and get out there and build your own gates, guys. Fuck, it's easy as hell. 2 3/8 for the hinge material right here. 2 7/8 for the actual hinge, or whatever you call this, the pivot. This will be the hinge, I guess. So pretty easy to make, right, Billy? And these are only, like I said, 1x1 tubing, 125 wall, and yeah, she's good to go. I mean, You know what? A big bull or something could probably walk right through these gates, but this shit here is probably just as heavy as the stuff you get at like PV Mart or something. That little tinny fucking thin junk. And being that it's 1x1, it's not gonna, shouldn't sag your posts down too much. I shouldn't say it won't, but it shouldn't. So anyway, like I said, thanks for watching, and we'll see ya in the next one. Right, Billy? Hey, Billy, old buddy. Right, Ted? Ted? Ted. Hello, Ted. Okay, go back to bed. Anyway, see you later. He's having a cat nap.